Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today's tip 366, and I'm just calling it, what are you thinking? How do you feel? I've been looking at a lot of books lately and listening to a lot of things, and everybody has theories on what works and what doesn't. And I think really, basically, it just comes down to us individually. We have to figure out where we are, what makes us feel good. Maybe they refer to it as intuitive eating, but what is it that makes your journey move forward? What is it that makes you feel good? And I think maybe that's probably the best answer, because you'll talk to some people who say don't eat breakfast. Some people say do eat breakfast or your day will be messed up. Some people say exercise. Some people don't say exercise. Well, hi, Mary Jo. So good to see you. Getting the water in, I see. Me too. Start with the big one. So I thought, like, for today, I really think that the best gift I gave myself through this journey, or through joining Doc V's challenge, is that I'm finally trying to learn what feels good to me. And that's part of even law of attraction, is that I've got to stop trying to make myself fit into somebody else's box. What will work for me? What can I do? How do I keep moving forward? And I have to kind of evaluate every day, is what I'm doing today working tomorrow? Hi, Dolly, good to see you. And I think that's, like, even for myself, because now that January 1st hit, I'm pushing for 15,000 steps a day. Hi, Lori, good to see you. And what I'm finding is, like, I feel a little dizzy in the morning. So I'm like, okay, how can I adjust? Good morning. And what can I do to kind of make myself feel good all the time? And it made me realize that too often in my life, I let somebody else have a plan that worked for their body, and maybe it didn't work for me. And I didn't have all the information. And the best gift any of us can give ourselves is to learn our body. What feels good? What doesn't feel good? You know, even going to the doctor for your blood work, you know, what are your counts at? That sometimes will give you a really good definition of the picture of what's going on inside your body. And I was thinking about that today, because I was like, okay, what can I do differently? Because when I'm walking like 10,000 steps before 7 a.m., I feel a little dizzy. And I'm like, well, what can I do to do better? And I'm like, well, you know, I make sure my water's handy. Okay, do I want to have something, you know, just a bite of something to get my day started? So I'm kind of evaluating that way. And it made me realize, for all of us, I think we try so hard to fit into somebody else's box. And the best gift that we can give ourselves is to learn what makes us feel good. How do I feel good? And meaning that, like, even my energy, my stamina, my ability to problem solve, my how does my body feel? How does my skin look? Is my skin hydrated? What fuels am I using? Do they make me feel good? You know, a lot of it is, if you have in your mind, and in your mind you feel that you've got to have the fruits and vegetables to be healthy, then if you're not eating the fruits and vegetables, you're not going to feel healthy. If you feel like you need to get out and move just even a little bit, if you don't get out and move a little bit, you're not going to feel like you're succeeding on your journey. And I guess I think, even to challenge myself, even if it's only 1, 2, 3 to 5 minutes of anything that I feel is important to keep my journey moving forward, then that's what I'm going to need to do. And learn then how my body responds to it. Because I've been looking at all these books, and everybody has a theory, and I'm like, well, the theory is that we all have to learn our own body, you know, and what we're doing. Because now I'm kicking up my steps in the morning, because I'm trying to be ready as I go into all these jobs, because I have a couple jobs going on, that I get in what is important to me. And in my mind, walking is very important to me, and because it's important to me, I have to find out how to fit it in. If I feel a little dizzy, then I have to decide what I'm going to do to not be dizzy. But I've got to stop feeling like a victim and just saying, hey, this makes me feel good and I'm going to do it moving forward. You know, am I getting fruits and vegetables? Because, you know, in my mind, I feel strong when I get in the fruits and vegetables. Getting the steps in the morning, in my mind, I can't fall asleep at night if I am putting on 5,000 steps before the end of the day. So I would rather get up, jump out of bed, and get those steps in. Other things that help me, and I think it's just because my life has always been fast moving. If I'm not working 2 jobs, I'm going to school and I'm working. I've always been that kind of a person, that there's always a lot going on. So for me, I found that since I had surgery, I use a small plate. I actually have children's utensils, and I laugh now that my goddaughter has her first child, well, hey, I'm already set up for it. I make sure I have big water bottles, because for me, I prefer 2 big, huge 64-ounce water bottles than 10 little 20-ounce bottles, or, you know, whatever anybody does. But you have to decide what works for you. And then I think it's really important we stop with the negative self-talk. We have to stop, totally stop, and release anything that we think we're failing at and focus where we feel good. I find, and again, we're going to all have to work with how we feel, but I just do better when I keep going, hey, you know what? I did drink water today. I want to drink some more water tomorrow, so that's what I'm going to work on, is drinking a little bit more water tomorrow. You know what? I walked more. I love you too, Auntie Doris. I haven't seen Aunt Doris on this early. So good to see you, Aunt Doris. And I know, like, even for me, I've always, like, looked for the things to not be proud of myself for. And I think we all have to be proud of ourselves. Actually, for those who saw the beautiful quilt that I got not too long ago, that's the woman who gave it to me. It's beautiful. I have to fight my one animal for it, but I know how to put it up so she can't get to it. But I think we're all just too hard on ourselves. And if we can give ourselves some grace, give ourselves some love, and stop thinking about the things that aren't working, just release them, let them go, and only focus on what feels good. And just keep moving forward in that feel-good place. I'm even finding that this is probably one of my better busy seasons. And the fact that I'm working 2 jobs at the same time that I'm in this busy season is pretty amazing. But what has happened is that I'm learning to love and enjoy it. And as part of learning to love and enjoy it, I'm planning for what my future will look like. So although maybe today isn't perfect, I can see a vision of something better down the road that will give me time to spend with the people that are important to me, like my aunt, my uncle, as things open up, you know, as we feel more comfortable, that we won't spread it to each other. But I'm going to feel good in that I'm moving forward. I'm not going to feel bad in that I'm not there yet. I've got to really start looking at why I feel good and that I've made progress. And I'm going to stop allowing 200 books to tell me, and I'm going to still read the books, because there's always something like, oh, that makes sense. That's what I'm going to try this time. Because I've said before, for me, my life, all of our lives are living lives. Our story, our picture is a living story. It's a living picture. So it's reasonable to think that we're wanting to change, but don't try to adapt something and force yourself to fit into a box that doesn't feel good. Find the thing that feels good and then start to make it down that path. But applaud and reward yourself for the feel-good steps that you take, and let the rest of the stuff go. If it was something that didn't work, lesson learned, check it off and send it down the road, but just keep moving forward. So I hope you guys find that helpful, but I think that the way we talk to ourselves and the way we think about it, and we've got to stop thinking that we failed because we didn't 100% adhere to what somebody else is doing. None of our journeys are the same. None of our bodies are the same. None of our personalities are the same. We didn't come through the same experiences in our family life. We have to do what we can to make things better. So I hope you find something useful in this today. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for being here. Have a great day.